Season 3 of the NDRRS is winding down, and in a very crucial part of the end of this season, the NDRRS takes a break from ramp racing and instead shifts to stop-motion racing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NAPA Superspeedway. This is the Season 3 NDRRS Shootout. Non-points race, we're just doing it for kicks here, but this race does hold some importance for the NAPA Superspeedway. It's the last race held on this track. We'll get to that in a minute here, but for now, let's take a look at some pre-race storylines. Byron and Bowman, a Hendrick Motorsports field day in qualifying. They qualify all their cars in the top 10. Ross Chastain was close to getting a front row spot, but a mishap in qualifying. He'll start 29th. Shame for him, but we'll take a look at our starting lineup for this race. As mentioned, Bowman and Byron on the front row. The 48 has the pole, 24 to his outside. In row number 2, it's Joey Logano inside of his bitter rival, Denny Hamlin. We'll see how that works out, 3rd and 4th. Row 3, Chris Buescher qualifying inside the top 5 in the 17. He'll be alongside a Hendrick car, the 5 of Kyle Larson. In row number 4, it's Ryan Blaney in the 12, alongside his best friend Bubba Wallace, who's outside of him in the 23. Row number 5, a great effort in qualifying for the front row car of Michael McDowell. He'll start alongside Chase Elliott. In row number 6, the RFK duo in the top 12 to start this race, Brad Keselowski alongside Ricky Stenhouse. In row number 7, another qualifying surpriser, 2 of them actually, Justin Haley in the 31, Corey LaJoie in the 7. In row number 8, 2 a little bit better drivers behind them, Tyler Reddick and Kyle Busch in the 45 and 8. In row number 9, it's Christopher Bell in the 20, helping his Toyota teammate. He'll be alongside Austin Cindric in the 2. Rounding out your top 20, it's AJ Allmendinger in the 16. He'll try to hook up with his colleague teammate, Austin Dillon, to try and hook up with Kyle Busch, his RCR teammate. In row number 11, 2 old greats, 2 drivers retiring soon. It's a 4 of Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex Jr. Behind them in row number 12, Harvick's teammate Ryan Preece will start alongside Daniel Suarez in the 99. In row number 13, Chase Briscoe completes a 3-car SHR lineup on the bottom. He'll start with Ty Gibbs in row 13. In row 14, Harrison Burton in the 21, going to try and get that car from some TV time for once. He'll be alongside SVG. In row number 15, SVG's teammate Ross Chastain, we mentioned him earlier, he'll start alongside Eric Almirola in the 10. In row number 16, the first of the LMC cars, Eric Jones alongside Todd Gilliland. In row number 17, Beard Motorsports, the 62 of Austin Hill, a good qualifying show for them. We'll start alongside Jimmy Johnson in the 84. In row number 18, Travis Pastrana, full-time for the NDRS, part-time IRL. He'll start with Ty Dillon. JJ Yaley in the 51 qualifies a Rick Ware Racing Ford alongside Zane Smith in the 36. Rounding out the top 40 for today's event, it's BJ McLeod in the 78 alongside the 13 of Chandler Smith. In row 21, TMT, Connor Daly, the number 50 Pit Viper car, he'll start alongside Brennan Poole in the 15. And in row number 22, Mike Rockenfeller in the 42, alongside Brody Kostecki. Both of these guys are making their first Super Speedway start today, and we'll show you what happened in practice. Their inexperience showing here. Mike Rockenfeller gets a bad shove from JJ Yaley, and Brody Kostecki flips over, sliding on his top on the back straightaway. Both these guys were not able to run qualifying laps. They have to start at the back of the field due to that crash. 2 backup cars there. We're coming off turn 4, though, to start this race. Pace car will go in. The green flag is out for the first time of this race and the final time at the NAPA Superspeedway. Bowman gets a good jump on the bottom lane. He'll come up in front of his teammate, William Byron. A textbook restart for Hendrick Motorsports, and they'll come down to the bottom. Not for long. Here comes Denny Hamlin. Contact between him and the 24. They both go out of the groove. 4 wide there, and Hamlin and Byron falling way back on that top side. Joey Logano grabbing the lead in the 20, and here comes the middle lane as we begin lap number 2. Logano will lead lap 1. Here comes Buescher to his inside. Pretty eventful start to this race here, at least at the front of the field. They're 3 deep behind him already on lap 2 due to that surge from the middle lane. And out 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Blaney to take it with Corey LaJoie alongside him in contact. Big slam by the 34 into the 22 after a push from Brad Keselowski. We'll begin lap number 3, and Corey LaJoie looking to upset the field and win today's race. He's blocking McDowell. Kyle Busch got into Ryan Blaney. Impressive for Kyle Busch to make up this much time already. Here comes another run through the middle. Justin Haley with his teammate AJ Allmendinger making it 3 wide for the lead. And back goes Corey LaJoie riding on board with the 34 and Michael McDowell trying to work both lanes. Contact, 2 cars around, 3 rows back, 1 back up into traffic. It's the 8 of Kyle Busch, and the big one here at the front stretch of the NAPA Superspeedway. A huge crash as the 8 of Kyle Busch came back up into traffic. Chris Buescher involved in the 17. Alex Bowman, our pole sitter, involved in the 48. His teammate Kyle Larson caught up in this. The 47 of Ricky Stenhouse. Brad Keselowski was up in the air in the 6. Bubba Wallace involved. A little 3-car collection behind this incident. Blaney had gone around, and I guess Briscoe and Ty Dillon ran into him. We'll take a look at the replay. There's Kyle Busch in the 8 car. We'll get a look at what happened here. He's getting pushed by the 12. Oh, it happens above him. The 91, Shane Van Gisbergen, got a bad push from Brad Keselowski. And a couple bad pushes from Brad Keselowski to start this race. And obviously, this one had some consequences. Keselowski, as you can see, taken out in this incident. He got up in the air. We'll get another look at that. Here's Kyle Busch back up into traffic. Could not keep it on the bottom, and wow, what a wreck for the 6 of Brad Keselowski. Everybody has climbed from their cars. SVG obviously involved in that. JJ Yaley and Bubba Wallace were able to drive away from that incident. They have come down pit road. Forgot to mention this at the top of the show, but every car during this race is required to make a pit stop. They've already done so. They're both 1 lap down, but another caution, and they can get back on the lead lap and maybe get up to the lead, whoever gets the free pass, if everybody has to come down pit road. Green flag back in the air. Lap 7 out of 15. We've got 9 to go in the NDRRS shootout. And they head off into turn number 1. Justin Haley with his teammate AJ Allmendinger up there. Oh, going to try and pull back up in front of him. AJ Allmendinger hung out. A blunder for Colleague Racing. Yo, cut that off right now. We apologize for AJ Allmendinger's language, but here comes Ryan Preece. A move to the outside. Again, apologies, that was on live TV here as we got to move for the lead. Austin Cindric in the 2 car, getting pushed by Corey LaJoie. Justin Haley getting back up into 3rd after that mishap with his teammate, who obviously showed his displeasure. Haley up in a 2nd now as SVG got hung out by Tyler Reddick. Here comes Justin Haley to the bottom. He got a good push from the 41 of Preece. Comes back up. He likes that help from the 41 car. And the outside lane's going to try to get going. Here comes Haley, a huge run, and he'll get to the lead in the 31. Now he's got to do some blocking, switching lanes all over the place. Back up for the 41, and now back down to block the 2 of Austin Cindric. And here comes Preece as we begin lap number 9. Side by side for leadoff into turn number 1. Preece almost, I thought he was going to clear him. There's contact. The 4, Kevin Harvick, a bad push as they ride off of turn number 2. We're riding on board with the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Side by side, contact into the wall, into the air. The 41, huge crash, and slams back down onto the racetrack. Caution is out.
Fantastic.
And you hear Ryan Preece talking on the radio. Great sign, racing back to the line. Huge contact between Haley and Hill. They were fighting for it. Beard Motorsports trying to get back to the line first. They will just barely lose out to the 31, and a huge crash on the back straightaway. Concern for Ryan Preece. Obviously, you heard him talking on the radio. And the window net comes down on the 41. That is a great sign. Look at all the cars involved. Look at all the carnage behind that 41 car, which is sawed in half. Unbelievable damage to the 41 of Ryan Preece. We'll try to get a look at what happened here. The red flag is out, and rightfully so. This cleanup could take a while. We'll take a look at the replay now. Harvick, an off-center push on the 41 of Ryan Preece, comes down into Austin Cindric. Corey LaJoie involved. Look at that. You see how the 91 got involved. He picked up the disembodied back end, and as you can see from that angle, it's Austin Hill got into Kevin Harvick to upset the 4, and then he got into his teammate, the 41 of Ryan Preece. Off center, Preece came down into Justin Haley, but I think the 31 will be okay with a pit stop. Let's go down to our pit reporters. It looks like most of the field's coming down. Wow, we'll start with you.
Our leader is in. Justin Haley brings a Hot Wheels Chevrolet into the attention of his crew. They will start on the left side. Now they will move on to the right side. Fortes, field no adjustments. He has asked for a water bottle. Also in my area, Christopher Bell has taken 2 left side tires. Tyler Reddick's 4 tires do a wedge adjustment on the right side. Over to you, Snuffy.
Yeah, the one car, Ross Chastain, he started this race in the 29th position. He's worked his way all the way up to 6th. He's just saying that the car is a little loose. They're going to do a wedge adjustment, 4 tires for Ross Chastain here. Also over here is Ty Gibbs. He's taking 2 tires, hoping to get that car to move up through the field a bit. He hasn't really done too much today. We'll see where it goes. Now down to Arca News Central.
Thank you, Snuffster. A few teams are playing strategy and taking 2 tires. Beard Motorsports was going to be one of them, but Austin Hill radioed in saying these cars are absolutely cheese grated to hell. Team now taking 4 instead. Back to you, GC.
Christopher Bell will win the race off of pit road. Look at all the Toyotas taking 2 tires with the exception of that 45 of Tyler Reddick. But other than him, all the Toyotas left in the race taking 2 tires, and 1 even stayed out. We mentioned Bubba Wallace and JJ Yaley were 1 lap down. Yaley took the wave around, stayed out. Bubba Wallace got the free pass and also stayed out. He's in the lead. Look at all the Toyotas at the front of the field. We've also got Todd Gilliland taking 2 tires as well. He's going to try and upset all these Toyotas at the front of the field. 3 laps to go. A restart at the NAPA Superspeedway. Off into turn 1, Bell got the jump. Hamlin into the wall with a bad shove from the 38 immediately.
Who shoved me into turn 1?
Obviously not happy about that, but here he comes, a huge run. This time the 38 shoves him right. Bell up to block, and 3 wide for the lead. Hamlin to the middle, and he'll be side by side with Bubba Wallace off turn number 4, coming at 2 laps to go. Hamlin, a huge push from Todd Gilliland, who's now trying to get him clear of the 23, who almost gets turned into the tri-oval infield off the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Hamlin working both lanes now as they head off into turn number 1. He's got a lead. Less than 2 laps here. For the 11, he's going to go around right in front of the field into Tyler Reddick. Look at all the Toyotas collected in this.
Roll down easy right here. You okay? Yeah, garage for sure.
You hear him on the radio. The 11 car definitely done. Todd Gilliland taking the lead of the 38 up to block Ty Gibbs. The 54 falling back. Look at that. The 38 beating all the Toyotas. He's in the lead. Oh, almost gets turned by Daniel Suarez. Trackhouse trying to take the lead back. Todd Gilliland noses out the 1 of Chastain across the line. What a battle there, and that wasn't even for the race win. Guess who was battling for the race win? Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, several others collected in this incident that definitely could have won this race. AJ Allmendinger also involved in the 16. Look at Austin Hill up in the air. Zane Smith underneath his 62. It won't happen for Beard Motorsports. We'll take a look at what happened. Hamlin all by himself. Oh man, I thought there was contact from the 23, but obviously some sort of issue for the 11. Spins wildly into turn number 1. The 23 nowhere to go. This has to be maybe a tire or a suspension, some sort of problem with the car that got him up into the wall. Oh man, Zane Smith piling in the 36. Unfortunately, could not avoid this incident. He'll be out. Pit reporter Snuffster Network is down with Denny Hamlin, who has climbed from his car. Snuffy, what do you got?
Alright, I am down here with Denny Hamlin. Denny, obviously not the way you wanted your race to go. Can you describe the emotion after being so close to a win and having your tire cut down trying to work with the 38?
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. He gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, he's fucking terrible. He's just terrible, and he sees one opportunity and he takes it. But obviously, he didn't want to race us there. We had a good clean race. I moved up as high as I could on the racetrack to give him all the room I could, and he still can't drive.
Obviously, Denny Hamlin showing his displeasure with being taken out of the race with a taste of victory right on his tongue. Again, we apologize for his language. We've had quite a lot of hot mic moments today. We'll try to not continue that in this green-white checkered overtime at the NAPA Superspeedway. Could this be the last laps ever taken at this track? It's Chastain and Gilliland at the front of the field. And Chastain will get the jump. He's got a great push from his teammate, Daniel Suarez, in the 99. Trackhouse Racing now 1 and 2 off turn number 2. Chandler Smith trying to get up into the 13. But Logano getting by him, the top 3 single file. What can Todd Gilliland do? Can he possibly get lined up with the 34? That's going to happen. But it's because Logano pulls to the middle. He's working with Chase Elliott trying to contend for this race win. Off turn number 4, Chastain is going to see the white flag one more time around the NAPA Superspeedway in the NDRRS Shootout. Logano has a run on the outside. Chastain a mean block, almost upsetting the Trackhouse duo. It's going to be upset for him. Todd Gilliland to the bottom, side by side for the lead off turn number 2. It's Logano and Chastain. Oh, contact and an accident. Connor Daly up on the wall. JJ Yaley spins as well. The 50 upside down. Logano clears Chastain for the lead. Off turn 4 for the final time. Can he keep it? Blocking Chase Elliott. Low to block Chastain. He's going to spin. Chase Elliott on the outside gets through to win the race. Logano finishes 5th. He did a 360. Unbelievable. Chase Elliott wins the Season 3 NDRRS Shootout. What a finish and what a way to send the NAPA Superspeedway off. JJ Yaley collected in that incident on the last lap, and there's Connor Daly upside down on the backstretch. The second time that's happened today. There he is in the 50 car. We'll try to see. Yaley's in front of him. Oh, he bumps the 51 into the 43. And the 51 slingshots back into the 50. And the wheels catch on the wall. And flipping up and over is the 50 of Connor Daly. One more time looking at it. And there you see. Not a whole lot these guys could do to avoid this incident. Thankfully, though, it was only 2 cars. Well, 3 technically, but Jones continued on. I believe he finished 11th. Let's see what happened coming to the line. This is really something. Logano tried to block the one of Chastain, spins around. Chase Elliott taking full advantage. And look at that. Logano somehow saves that car and keeps going to finish 5th. What a way to end this race. Chase Elliott, the winner, and he does the burnout on the front straightaway. The second time he's done that at the NAPA Raceway. And here you see the results from this race. Hendrick Motorsports started 1 and 2. They'll finish 1 and 2. William Byron and Chase Elliott. What a performance for these guys. Trackhouse 4th and 6th. Front row 3rd and 7th. Getting a look now behind the top 15. Most of these guys were caught up in wrecks. You see Denny Hamlin with his wreck collecting Reddick, Wallace, Allmendinger, Truex. And you see Ryan Preece will be credited with 30th after his massive flip on the backstretch. Behind them, the first wreck took out a ton of cars, I think 11 or 12 total. And wow, look at the names back here. Alex Bowman, our pole sitter, has to settle for 36th. Unbelievable race, and it's only going to get better. The end of Season 3 and the start of Season 4 comes soon to the GC37 channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you around.